All right, so we got the Fed rate decision flat. Basically, Powell's still leaning on data, still leaning on the fact that inflation is expected to rise. The labor market and growth both remain strong. It means there's no specifically for the Fed to cut rates at this point, given that they are not supposed to be taking into consideration the fiscal irresponsibility of our central government. Today we closed just above kind of where I expected. I was calling like a 63.55 end of day. We got a little squeeze off of the synthetic short at 55 going in the money. So we closed a little higher, 62. Still below Vega neutral, which marks the end of quite an extensive streak of us being above not a, well the weekly Vega neutral. Out here on ES, almost pulling back after close a little bit higher and testing the prior week open. Uh, After bouncing off of 63, like the 63.75 level. Seems to have gotten rejected there a little bit, but this is definitely continuing up in the overnight session. Dollar continued to move up. Yields at the belly of the curve rising rapidly. Yields at the top end of the curve turning around a little bit following the Fed announcement. Huge dispersion move into the end of the day, obviously, right before tech earnings. We have Microsoft and Meta, both of which are probably up well, Meta's up a little bit in after hours. Microsoft up 5%. Jesus Christ. So yeah, that obviously headwind or tailwind for the market. Commodities down hard. Copper with a 20% drop after the tariff finalization, where the copper imports affected are now a known factor. Copper will probably bounce back after the sell off, but the scope of the tariffs is not as broad as expected. Oil back above $70 a barrel. Yes, I had a buy order at 70. We'll see if that continues to rise. Obviously, the deadline on Russia's peace agreement, according to Trump, in 9 days. So should see bond volatility start to creep up a little bit here, but correlation on the 3 months still coming down. Leverage on the carry trade on the long and short end rising into the end of the day, but forward yield on volatility finally creeping back up towards about -10%, and a little bit of a turn down in the bond curve. Skew, still not a lot of out of the money put demand, and we do have a drop of from yesterday of stocks below their 20-day moving average, finally falling below the number of stocks above their 200-day moving average. So we do have like largely a downtrend across the S&P. Obviously, we'll see if this continues, but we have a lot more data this week, and we also have the finalization of tariffs on Friday. So correlation with VIX, cash VIX rising, so we'll probably continue to see volatility pick up. And Fed fund futures pricing out the third rate cut in the middle of 2026, pricing down well below two rate cuts into the beginning of 2026. And the September contract barely pricing a cut in at all. Bear steepener back at -6.15% as the 10 2-year spread heads back towards inversion. This might be the lowest level we've seen on it since like June, early June. So that's kind of interesting. Here, obviously, we got a rejection. We kind of almost tested the trend line here. We did not break through it. Microsoft earnings are bound to be bullish for the market into after hours, unless Meta has a huge miss. And nope, Meta up 6% as well. So market saved, at least for now. But still the effects of tariffs to be realized, and also, this is just a reaction to their EPS and revenues. Remember that these can also turn around later today, as they do their meetings. Anyway, thank you guys for tuning in. I will see you bright and early tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.